Good evening, everyone. Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence in remembrance of our longtime CID director, Michael Bono. Please be seated. In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided in the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond.
Excused.
Javik.
Present.
Caldwell.
Present.
Mohammed.
Present.
Rivas.
Present.
Roman.
Here.
Strano.
Here.
Blaine.
Here.
Medina.
Excused.
Hudak.
Here.
Mrs. Yamakaitis.
Here. Okay, could we have approval of the public session minutes of August 15, 2023?
Council President, I move for approval of the minutes of the August 15th meeting and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik.
Abstain.
Caldwell.
Abstain.
Mohammed.
Yes.
Rivas.
Yes.
Roman.
Abstain.
Strano.
Yes.
Blaine. Hudak.
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis.
Yes. Okay, we have a few presentations this evening. We're going to start with, the first one will be to our Pulaski Parade organization. Okay, this evening we are also honored to have our New York Marshal for the New York Parade here this evening. I think this is the first time in the history of the city of Linden, since we've been honoring our Pulaski Parade Committee, to have our Grand Marshal for the entire parade that includes New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So we welcomed him here this evening. We were just waiting a few minutes. Our mayor is on his way. All right. Okay, I know the mayor would like to be in the room for this, so we're just going to start with our ordinances this evening, and then we'll break from that when the mayor comes in. Okay, we'll start with our ordinances on hearing, beginning with ordinance 6713.
Council. Can I do 9?
Remains on the table, Madam Chair.
Yes, okay, that one is, yes, that's remaining on the table. We have ordinance 6751.
Nope.
Yeah.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $44,000 for acquisition of a van for the library and authorizing the issuance of $41,800 bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
I move to close the
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Now,
Now,
I move to close the public hearing of ordinance 6751. Move for approval, request a second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
yes. Okay, ordinance 6752, please.
A bond ordinance amending bond ordinance number 6657, finally adopted by the City Council of Linden, New Jersey, on October 18th, 2022.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Please come up and state your name and address for the record.
Diane Wolverding, 6th Ward. I want to know how much money this is being added, how much was already used to fix this garage, and when is it going to get done?
Okay. Mr. Pantina?
Hi, good evening. Okay, when's it gonna get done is within the next 3 weeks. We met with the contractor, and within the next 3 weeks, they're going to prep the deck for the coating and put the coating down. It's been weather dependent, and they just got done with all of the major repairs to it. You gotta understand, the deck was over 40 years old, and it lasted this long through whatever reasons, and we're hoping to get another 15 to 20 years out of it. Going to be a little bit longer, probably, I don't know, 3 to 5 weeks more. We just opened up the lower portion of the deck. I know the police were utilizing it today, I believe, and we opened that up this morning, and we hope to see, you know, a light at the end of the tunnel soon.
But the amount that's being added?
The amount that's being added is substantial, but I mean, again, it was a choice of knocking the deck down and
Can you
not
give
having enough
me a
money for that,
number?
or
800.
coming up with
Ms.
structure.
Wilkerson,
800,
I'm going to
Christine.
see if, Christine Figueredo?
Okay.
We're going to let our department heads answer this, please.
We are adding another $440,000 to the project for a total of $600,000.
Is the total for this project? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move off of our ordinances on, okay, that's right. All right, anyone else from the public wishes to be heard on this? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing on ordinance number 6753 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we're going to divert back to our presentations. I know some of your guests are here this evening. The mayor has just arrived. We moved on to ordinances, Mayor, because I knew you wanted to be here to do some of these presentations. So we're going to start with our first presentation would be to the Pulaski Parade Organization. I had mentioned we have a special guest in this house this evening. We have, for the first time, I believe, in the history of the city of Linden, our Grand Marshal for the entire parade, Frank Pivovarchik. I think I've said that correctly. So we're going to ask you all to please come forward. We'll read the resolutions.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Well, it certainly is nice to see one of, well, he no longer lives in the Fourth Ward, but he is a product of the Fourth Ward, Bart Glab. I've known him since he was knee-high to a grape. We had hoped that he would stay in Linden, but his presence is still felt here, and his family is still here, and many, many friends. Bart, our Grand Marshal for our General Pulaski Parade from Linden, he represents Linden. Now, Michelle's going to help me with all the names because, okay. But anyway, without any further ado, every year we put a strong contingent together from Linden to represent Linden as we march in the General Pulaski Day Parade. It's a great event. We have a good time, especially Bart. He's the life of the party. I want you all to know. But
Yes.
a great guy. You know, if you want to ride on one of the buses, you want to get on Bart's. You want to get on Bart's bus. That's it. If you want to have a good time, you want to get on Bart's bus.
Yes,
You know.
exactly.
So.
Well, I stand corrected regarding our Grand Marshal for the parade. Mr. Bodek just corrected me. As far as the city of Linden, we actually had 2 Grand Marshals for the entire New York parade. One of the founding members of the Linden contingent, Jake Krawicki, and Mike Slavinsky also served as our Grand Marshals. But they were from Linden. You were from another town, so. Oh, all right, so you're number 3. West Henry Street, that's, all right. All right, Bart, without further ado. Okay, whereas Bart Glob has been selected to serve as a 2023 Marshal to the 86th Annual Pulaski Day Parade in New York City on Sunday, October 1st, 2023, by the General Pulaski Memorial Parade Committee of St. Teresa's in Linden at its 42nd Annual Sashing Dinner to represent thousands of Linden and Union County residents of Polish descent. And whereas Bart was born in Senach, Poland, and is a dual citizen of Poland and the United States. His family came to the United States in 1994 and eventually settled in Linden, New Jersey. He attended Linden Public Schools and graduated from Linden High School. And whereas Bart has been involved with St. Teresa's Church since coming to the United States. He began his career in public safety as a public safety communicator in the city of Linden and is currently employed as a police officer in Madison, New Jersey. He is also currently pursuing a political science degree at Fairleigh Dickinson University in Florham Park. Whereas Bart lives with his beloved wife, Katerina, and her 2 children, Melania and Jacob, in the township of Clark. He is an active member and an advocate of the Polish community. Whereas it is proper and fitting that the Linden Marshal, Bart Glob, be recognized for the honor bestowed upon him to represent the city of Linden and its Pulaski Day Parade contingent at the 86th Annual Pulaski Day Parade in New York City. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and the council of the city of Linden that they do hereby congratulate Bart Glob on being selected as a 2023 Linden Pulaski Parade Marshal and thank him for long and dedicated service to the Polish-American community. And be it further resolved that this resolution be entered in the minutes of the council of the city of Linden and a copy be presented to Bart in recognition of the foregoing. And signed by myself and Mayor Derek Armstead. Congratulations, Bart.
Thank you very much. Now you're going to take the picture.
Yep.
Come on, Michelle, stay in front.
Yep, we'll come in front. Let me see the Want to do Frank next? Okay.
Resolution, how many do we have? 2? Just one?
We have the 3 girls and Frank.
Okay.
Want to do Linda contingent first, then we'll do Frank?
Okay.
Want to do this one? Okay. All right, Sonia, come on up. All right, Sonia is our Miss Polonia for 2023. She's very involved in so many activities. She said she wanted to run home and get her sash and her crown, but I told her it wouldn't be necessary. We all understand. She's involved in a lot of activities in Linden High School, and this is how you become Miss Polonia. You have to be involved. It looks great on your college application, so we are very proud of you, Sonia.
Thank you.
Okay, whereas Sonia Montani, am I saying that correctly? Okay, has been selected to serve as the 2023 Linden Miss Polonia to the 86th Annual Pulaski Day Parade in New York City on Sunday, October 1st, by the General Pulaski Memorial Parade Committee of St. Teresa's at its 42nd Annual Sashing Dinner to represent thousands of Linden and Union County residents of Polish descent. And whereas Sonia was 6 years old and then a resident of New York City when she enrolled in the CCD program at St. Teresa's Church, where she received her first Holy Communion and confirmation. She commuted to St. Teresa's for the next few years before becoming a resident of Linden. 10 years later, she would graduate from the Catechetical Center Polish Supplementary School. And whereas Sonia, realizing the importance of her Polish heritage, has been a member of the Girl Scouts, participated in fundraisers for the Polish school in Clark, and has participated in numerous competitions there. She has also assisted the teachers with the younger students and represented the school during Polish Catholic Masses, oftentimes holding the banner for her school. And whereas Sonia speaks, reads, and writes fluently in Polish and English, and can probably hail a taxi in Arabic. She has lived all her life in diverse environments and loves being introduced to new languages and food. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and the council of the city of Linden that they do hereby congratulate Sonia Matani on being selected the 2023 Miss Polonia to represent the city of Linden at the Pulaski Parade in New York City. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be entered into the minutes of the council of the city of Linden, and a copy hereof be presented to Sonia Montani in recognition of this prestigious honor. And signed by myself and Mayor Derek Armstead. Congratulations, Sonia. All right, the next one we're going to call up is our junior Miss Polonia. This is Bart's daughter. She was a little Miss Polonia not so long ago, but now she's serving as our junior Miss Polonia. And this is Melina Glob. Whereas Melina Glob has been selected to serve as a 2023 junior Miss Polonia to the 86th Annual Pulaski Day Parade in New York City on Sunday, October 1st, by the General Pulaski Memorial Parade Committee of St. Teresa's Linden at its 42nd Annual Sashing Dinner to represent thousands of Linden and Union County residents of Polish descent. Whereas Melina was born on August 17, 2012, in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and currently resides in Clark with her parents Bart and Katerina and her little brother Jacob. She loves to dance and sing and has a special love of listening to music. And whereas Melina served as Linden's Little Miss Polonia in 2021, and whereas Melina attends the Frank K. Henley Elementary School in Clark and the Polish School at St. Teresa's of Linden, Melina looks forward to going to Poland every year to visit the towns of Strzeżów and Czesznów. Okay. Thank you, Melina. Melina is a proud member of the Polish community and looks forward to representing Linden at the 2023 Pulaski Day Parade in New York City. Now therefore be resolved by the mayor and the council of the city of Linden, they do hereby congratulate Melina Glob for being selected as a 2023 Junior Miss Polonia to represent the city of Linden in the 2023 Pulaski Day Parade in New York. Be it further resolved that a copy of the resolution be entered into the minutes of the council in the city of Linden, and that a copy hereof be presented to Melina Glob in recognition of her prestigious honor. And that's also signed by myself and Mayor Derek Armstead. Congratulations. Okay, now we have our little Miss Polonia, Olivia Dubinsky. Okay, Olivia? Whereas Olivia Dubinsky has been selected to serve as the 2023 Little Miss Polonia to the 86th Annual Pulaski Day Parade in New York City on Sunday, October 1st by the General Pulaski Memorial Parade Committee of St. Teresa's, Linden, and it's at its 42nd Annual Sashing Dinner to represent thousands of Linden and Union County residents of Polish descent. And whereas Olivia was born in Edison, New Jersey on November 23, 2014, and has lived in Linden her entire life. She currently attends school number 6, where she is a second grade student and was selected as a star student attending gift. Third grade. Okay, we'll see if we can have that corrected. She's in 3rd grade, and she was selected as a star student attending the gifted and talented classes. And whereas Olivia also attends the Polish school at St. Teresa's, where she learns about Poland, Polish customs, and Polish traditions. She is a member of the Polish Scouts and belongs to the Maria Children and Youth community in her local parish this year. Now therefore be resolved by the mayor and the council of the city of Linden that they do hereby congratulate Olivia Dubinsky on being selected as a 2023 Little Miss Polonia to represent the city of Linden at the Pulaski Parade in New York City. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be entered into the minutes of the council of the city of Linden, and that a copy hereof be presented to Olivia Dubinsky in recognition of this prestigious honor. And it's signed by myself and Mayor Derek Iverson, and we're so honored to do it. Frank, if you'd come forward. Okay. This is our grand marshal for the entire parade. We're having our banquet this Friday evening at the Venetian, so we're looking forward to a great time. Our parade will be right around the corner, so we invite everyone to come join us on 5th Avenue on October 1st. It's a great parade, and as the mayor said, there's nothing like riding the bus with Bart, you know. We all...
That's a party bus.
Yes, yes, it's Bart's bus, okay. All right, Frank. Whereas Frank Pivovarczyk has been selected to serve as a 2023 Grand Marshal to the 86th Annual Pulaski Parade in New York City on Sunday, October 1st. Whereas Frank was born in Poland and immigrated with his family to the United States in 1992, establishing their roots in the state of New Jersey. And whereas Frank, guided by the principles of hard work, discipline, and determination, prospered in various business ventures, including real estate investments and a Texaco franchise ownership. But his ultimate passion for public service led him to join the Irvington Police Department, where he has risen to the rank of Detective Deputy Chief of Police. And whereas Deputy Chief Pivovarczyk has served the Irvington Police Department in various assignments, including patrol operations, street crimes, internal affairs, professional standards, and the training academy. Frank has received awards for several acts of heroism, bravery, exceptional performance, and is a member of several law enforcement organizations. And whereas Frank and his wife Agatha are proud parents of Kevin and Adriana, and they reside in Harmony, New Jersey. They are parishioners of St. Casimir's Church in Newark, and both children have learned about their Polish traditions, language, and culture by attending St. Casimir's Secondary School. And whereas it is proper and fitting that Grand Marshal Frank Pivovarczyk be recognized for the honor bestowed upon him as the 86th Grand Marshal of the annual Pulaski Day Parade in New York. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and the council of the city of Linden that they do hereby congratulate Frank Pivovarczyk on being elected the 2023 Grand Marshal of the 2023 Pulaski Day Parade and thank him for his dedicated service to the Polish American community. Be it further resolved that this resolution be entered in the minutes of the Council of the City of Linden and a copy be presented to him in recognition of the foregoing. Thank you, Frank. We welcome you here in Linden, back to Linden. We welcome you back here. Yep, we're gonna take a group shot back with them.
What Council President Yamakaitis fails to mention is that she plays a very pivotal role in the parade, in our contingent that goes to New York. Her and Commissioner Bodek, who also is our clerk, they're very involved. They put a lot of time in, a lot of energy to make sure that Linden has a strong contingent and that we have a good time when we go over there. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
All right?
Okay?
Mark's gonna say.
If I just may, I invite everybody, Sunday, October 1st, we depart from Linden. Linden is very diverse. We invite everybody to come, experience our traditions, our cultures, and you get to see all of that on Fifth Avenue. And I just welcome everybody, and thank you for having us, Mayor.
I'll just say congratulations to all. I'll just say gratulations, Shiskim.
Okay. Thank you. And Frank came with a whole contingent. We have our marshal from St. Cashmere's here this evening, Andre Murat. So we welcome you. Congratulations also. We look forward to seeing everyone on Sunday, October 1st. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is larger print, okay.
Yeah, okay. Let me, okay, Applebee's?
I can read this one, it's larger print. Okay.
We'd like to ask everyone from Applebee's to please come forward. You guys want to go on the other side of me?
We have a proclamation for Applebee's this evening. Applebee's, not only are they a good restaurant, but they always participate in all the events that we have in Linden, whether it's backpack to school, stuff the bus they have for school supplies, whatever it is, anytime we call on them, or all of our events that we have out here, fire prevention night, you can count on Applebee's to send down representatives, and not just representatives, they donate food, and they actually work the grill. Okay, so we really appreciate you and for all you do. It makes all of our events a success, so thank you very much. We have a proclamation that reads, whereas Applebee's is an American company that develops franchises, operates an Applebee's neighborhood grill and bar restaurant chain, which focuses on casual dining with mainstream American dishes. And whereas Applebee's was founded on the principles of exception, value, and family fun, which draws people of all ages and lifestyles and is known for connecting with the communities they serve. And whereas in 1985, Ed Doherty started Doherty Enterprises, a company focused on growing franchise restaurants through partnerships with strong national brands who are leaders in their restaurant categories and possess strong marketing teams. And whereas today, Doherty is a regional powerhouse with over 135 restaurants representing 5 different concepts in New York, New Jersey, Florida, and Georgia, with a strategic plan that calls for continued growth. And whereas Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar opened their doors in Linden, New Jersey on June 20th, 2001, with a fanfare-style grand opening showcasing wallpaper-style pictures that graced their walls with Linden memorabilia and other local communities. And whereas Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar has been a great corporate neighbor to the Linden community, much of which they do support, our city is helping to fundraise for local causes and events, donating to our project graduation in June, America's 911 ride in August, and Galloping Hill Cruises car, truck, and bike show in October. And whereas the team of Applebee's Linden now and in the past have been wonderful to our community, and they do create the wow factor that they live by, so the managers at the Linden restaurant, Kate Malamud, acting kitchen manager, Alyssa Bird, manager, Tricia Haynes, manager, Anthony Oshinsky, general manager, and their staff, Michael Babjide, ambassador, and Daniel Jennings, neighborhood expert. We thank you, and now therefore, I, Mayor Derek Armstead of the City of Linden, New Jersey, do hereby recognize the Doherty Enterprise family at the Linden Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar, and duly acknowledge and thank them on behalf of the City of Linden and myself for their service and commitment to our community. You may have noticed me reading a little bit slower because the print all of a sudden got small. Well, thank you guys for all you do. We really appreciate you. And again, you've made a lot of our events very successful by your presence, and we do appreciate it. You know?
We do appreciate you.
We need more companies like you in Linden.
Yes.
Okay?
Always there for us.
Definitely.
Wanna take a picture?
And we'll take a nice picture of everybody. Okay.
Thank you.
No, he's here. This one walking. Here's over there. He snuck in the back door.
All right.
Let me get my glasses.
At this time, I'd like to ask our fire committee to come down, and Chief Haskell.
No sense in straightening the reeds. You want me to call him up? So we know the best thing that could possibly happen is having all levels of government work together. And today we have not only our Senator Scuteri, but he's the Senate President. And again, you know, he has actually brought us some money. You know, is it a check or no? Is it cash? No.
We don't think we can carry that much.
No. But anyway, it's a whole lot of money, and it's going to be used very well, very wisely. I just want to thank you. We really appreciate it. We do. Okay. We're going to buy a fire engine with that money, right? Okay.
Ladder truck.
Yes,
You can
ladder
have,
truck.
you can have the mic and
Yes.
explain to the folks what you've done for us.
Thank you, Mayor.
right?
Appreciate that. Thank you. And it's a pleasure to represent Linden, and as a lifelong resident of Linden, when I became elevated to the Senate presidency, gives us some certain abilities to do some extra things for our community. So working with the fire committee, Mayor Armstead, your council president, obviously Joe Bodek, who's integral to all of these negotiations, we were able to secure a direct grant to the city of Linden in the amount of $2 million for the city's fire department to procure a new ladder truck. And of course, you know, Chief Haskell and I grew up together, and not only just grew up together, we were good friends all through high school and college, so it was a pleasure to be able to do this for him and the members of his department. So we've brought for the mayor your ceremonial check, and we'll be getting the real thing for you very shortly, but you'll have a picture of this, in the amount of $2 million for the city of Linden. So, Councilman?
Okay, we're now going to return to the regular order of business. Continuing with our ordinances on hearing. We're going to have ordinance 6753, please.
To you, Ralph.
Bond ordinance authorizing capital improvements for the Division of Engineering in and for the City of Linden in the County of Union, New Jersey, appropriating $2,805,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2,664,750 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing for ordinance number 6753 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6754, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-26, loading zones shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Add West Price Street, south side. West Price Street, north side.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
I make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6754 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6755, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-10, parking prohibited at all times on certain streets shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-10, parking prohibited at all times on certain streets. Delete Price Street, south side. Add West Price Street, north side. West Price Street, south side.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
I make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 67-55 and ask for a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6756, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-24, term prohibitions shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-24, turn prohibitions, delete street name Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, exit 531 Northwood Avenue, East St. George's Avenue, East St. George's Avenue, Elmwood Shopping Plaza, exit onto Wood Avenue, exit from Core State Bank parking area, St. George's Avenue of DeWitt, at DeWitt Street, exit from United Jersey Bank parking area, St. George's Avenue at Stiles Street, exit from Betty Lynn Diner parking area, East St. George's Avenue and Park Avenue, St. George Avenue, St. George's Avenue, St. George's Avenue, Walgreens parking area, exit Wood Avenue onto Wood Avenue, Wood Avenue, Wood Avenue, add Ainsworth Street, Bishop Evans Way, East St. George's Avenue, West St. George's Avenue, North Stiles Street, North Wood Avenue, North Wood Avenue, and North Wood Avenue.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
I make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6756 and ask for a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6757, please.
An ordinance authorizing the private sale of Block 322, Lot 9, 2800 Highland Avenue in the city of Linden at a private sale pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-1 at sequence and setting a minimum bid of $5,000.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
I make a
Council
motion.
President, I make a motion to close hearing 6757 and adopt it and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6758, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 31 zoning of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden as amended and supplemented.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, please come forward.
John Kaiser, 23 West Munsell Avenue. I don't know if this is a question for Mr. Antonelli, he was here, he's not now. What exactly is this? You're amending what in the zoning ordinances?
This is that laundry on Linden Avenue. It used to be the old Maury LaRue. Mr. Antonelli. On ordinance 6758, Mr. Kazar has asked exactly what we're amending in it with the laundry.
Yeah, Mr. Kazar, this deals with a rezoning of this property. When the City Council adopted the master plan reexamination, this property was rezoned into the light industrial zone. The property owner subsequently requested that the city consider rezoning it back to what it was, which was in the commercial or C1 district. Paul Ritchie, our planner, prepared a report and made a recommendation that this council should essentially revert, if you will, back to the original zoning for this property.
And that's on Linden Ave?
Yes. It's the old Maury LaRue.
Okay.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing on ordinance number 6758 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and request a second.
Second. Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to consent agenda items. We have items number 1 through 3 this evening. All items are listed with the asterisks and considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. Okay, can we have a motion, please, on the consent agenda items number 1 through 3?
Yes.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to reports from members of the governing body. We'll begin with Councilman Javik, please.
Yes, Council President. As chairman of the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of August 2023, a total of $8,762.90. Regarding the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $135,040.42 for the month of August have been added to the total deposits for 2023, totaling $806,268.52. Also, at this time, I'd like to remind everybody that Fire Prevention Night is Friday, October 6th, 5 to 7, with our theme this year being Pay Attention to Fire Prevention. Cooking safety starts with you. First, from the Board of Health regarding lead-based paint hazard evaluation program update. Property owners can now access the rental owner registration module to register owner information and request exemptions, if applicable. If a property is not exempt, owners can access the rental tenant registration module to register tenant information, upload evaluation certificates, and request evaluations. Both of these modules can be found on the city website, www.linden-newjersey.gov, and on the Board of Health's reports, forms, and applications page. Orange postcards are currently being mailed out to all properties that this program may apply to, with instructions on how to proceed as the state law that mandates the program requires. Failure to comply will result in legal action against property owners, which can include notices of violation and summons to municipal court. Property owners who have questions are encouraged to reach out to the Linden Board of Health and ask to speak to the Lead Hazard Program clerk. Also, the City of Linden has had multiple instances recently of dogs running at large, people being bitten by dogs and unlicensed dogs. Eliminating the possibility of canine rabies is at the heart of our dog licensing programs. Dogs must have rabies vaccinations that are valid for at least 10 months of the licensing year in order to receive a license. There are many reasons to license your dog. Number one, it's a city ordinance that all dogs 6 months and older must be licensed. Number two, Linden dog licenses are inexpensive, $13 each for non-spayed, non-neutered dogs, and just $10 each for a spayed, neutered dog with written proof. Number three, licenses are easy to get. They are available online or by calling the clerk's office. 4, license tags help reunite lost dogs with their owners. 5, licenses prove that your dog is safe from getting and/or transmitting rabies. 6, licensing fees help support free rabies clinics and low-cost spay-neuter clinics throughout our state. As a reminder, dog licenses can be obtained online at linden-newjersey.gov/dog, or residents can call the clerk's office at 908-474-8406. I'd like also to let you know that we will be having our annual health fair on October 14th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at School Number 1, Gym, 720 Northwood Avenue. Registrations for tables at the annual health fair are ongoing, and we'd like to remind any Linden businesses or organizations that focus on health, wellness, physical activity, mental health, and social services to contact the Board of Health to submit a registration form as soon as possible, as the number of tables are limited. In addition to tables with a wide variety of health-related services and information, numerous health services are also going to be offered, including free male and female cancer screenings, vision and hearing screenings, flu vaccinations, STI testing, sun-damaged skin analyzation, blood pressure readings, and blood sugar readings. There was one last thing that came in also earlier today, that being that New Jersey is currently in its peak West Nile virus season, which runs from late summer to early fall. This is spread by infected mosquitoes, and symptoms appear 3 to 15 days after being bitten, and vary from mild to severe. Dusk and dawn mosquitoes are most active, so take adequate protection. Also remember to drain standing water in places like bird baths, gutters, and drains. More information can be obtained from the Board of Health at 908-474-8410. Good evening, all. So in addition to in the ward, we're having still problems with speeding, and we are trying to curtail, especially between Wood Avenue and Style Street, and vice versa. We are now seeing more trucks also and car carriers being left or stored on our ward streets, especially over weekends. I have asked our police department to step up monitoring of this situation. Trucks and carriers belong in yards and not on our streets, but also not in yards that are designated for parking. Excuse me one second, but also not in yards not designated for parking these vehicles. I ask our residents, if you see this occurring in your neighborhoods, please reach out to me and it will be addressed. I hope everyone had a great summer, and now that the schools are back on and reopened, please be considerate to our crossing guards. They're just trying to keep everything moving around our schools to get our children in and out as quick as possible and keep traffic moving successfully. I'd also like to acknowledge 2 boards in our city, the Zoning Board and the Planning Board. The commissioners and staff on these boards truly make a difference, and now the city moves forwards thanks to them, and we all appreciate the time and effort they put in. I can be reached at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavik@linden-newjersey.gov, on Facebook, Second Ward Councilman Barry Javik, and as always, additional information needed can always be found on our City of Linden website. Council President, end of report.
Thank you, Councilman Javik. Councilwoman Caldwell, you have a report from Councilwoman Orman?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to read the finance report for Councilwoman Orman. The payment of bills totaling $2,115,872.05. Bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. The city's in receipt of investments made by the city treasurer for the month of August at the rate of 3.1%. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
I hereby submit the monthly financial report that was submitted by Tyrone Gibbons from the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of August 2023. The report includes the collection of on and off street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits in a total of $47,726.77. The first and third ward, there will be a first and third ward community yard sale on Saturday, October 14th, and the permit is waived, the fee is waived. You can contact Councilwoman Ormond at 908-370-6482 to register, and her email is lormond@linden-newjersey.gov. My email is mcaldwell@linden-newjersey.gov, and my number is 908-531-0676. That concludes my finance report for Councilwoman Ormond. As the chair of Code and Construction, the Code and Construction has issued 326 permits, processed 90 certificates, and generated $237,444 for the fees in the month of August 2023. As far as the IT, under the new leadership of Jerry Bishop, and I must say he's doing a fantastic job with the assistance of Josh Weiss, our vendor. They have basically implemented online classes for cyber training, ethical phishing and email simulations, credential leaks. They've implemented new policies and procedures for IT, and DHS cyber hygiene reports that are generated monthly. This is a personal report. Today is my 20th anniversary to my husband. I'm just going to read this briefly, and then I'm going to go into the neighbor's report. Happy 20th anniversary. I can't believe it's been 2 decades since we said I do. It feels like just yesterday we were 2 young people in love, and now here we're raising a family in Linden and building a life together. I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me over the years. You're my best friend, my caregiver, and my other half. You're always there for me no matter what. Thank you for not being selfish and allowing me always to be me. I'm so excited to see what the future holds for us. I know that no matter what the challenges we face, we'll overcome them together. I love you more than words can say, and may God grant us many, many years, happy years together, to my husband, Raymond Caldwell. As far as, thank you. Dear neighbors, I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to let you know that I've been having some health issues lately. Last year, I fell down my steps and didn't realize how badly I injured myself. I was misdiagnosed for months, but recently I found out that my hip is dislocated. And yes, I'm walking around on a dislocated hip. That's why you haven't seen me around walking, but you know you can always contact me. I will be getting a hip replacement at the beginning of the year. This is a temporary setback, but I know that this will make me stronger in the long run. As my mentor always says, sometimes problems can be your friend. I wanted to share this with you because I want to encourage everyone to be their own health advocate. If you're not feeling well, don't give up until you get the answers you need. And if you're having any problems, if you don't remember anything else from this message, remember the Department of Bank and Insurance. They could be a great advocate for health insurance. Say if you have an MRI and your health insurance is giving you a hard time, they are someone that will advocate for you. I know that I'll be seeing many of you around the neighborhood again, and in the meantime, please take care of yourselves and know that your health is your wealth. You know you can always contact me at 908-531-0676 or text me. And I just want you to know your health is your most precious asset. And when you've exhausted all possibilities, remember that you haven't. Thomas Edison. And I also want to say a special rest in peace to Mike Bono. He was a true friend. I will truly miss him. This is still devastated that he passed away, and he was a true asset to Linden, and he will truly be missed. And I also want to thank DPW, and I want to give a special shout out to Shane Gillette, who works very hard. He is always going above and beyond. He's a phenomenal employee, and I want to thank Public Safety, the police department, for basically putting together the task force and basically bringing crime down in Linden. And I want to thank the city employees for everything that you do. You're appreciated, and I just want to say thank you. And that concludes my report, Council President.
Thank you, Councilwoman, and congratulations on your
Thank you.
anniversary.
I'm here with you guys.
I know, I spent many, Okay. All right, Councilman Mohammed?
Thank you, Council President, and I too would like to congratulate Councilwoman Cardwell on her 20th anniversary and wish her many more. My dear friends and constituents, things are moving along nicely in our ward. In addition to the few dead trees I removed from the MLK Park, I asked our Division of Public Works to arrange for tree trimmings throughout the ward to be trimmed and properly maintained for aesthetics and safety. They assured me this will take place prior to the onset of winter. Please continue to stay in touch with me, and we are getting our fair share of city service, and I'm very honored and privileged to be a part of that process. Also, I want to commend the Morning Star Church for inviting me Saturday to deliver a message, and I will tell you I wasn't too long-winded. Sometimes I can be, but thank God for that. And I, too, offer my sympathy to Mike Bono, family, a wonderful person, always encouraging, and more of our citizens exhibit what Mike Bono had. That's the part I would take in my heart. I will never forget Mike Bono for the greatness and the smile and great words and encouragement he always had. May all the citizens of Linden bear that in their heart, in their mind, in their spirit. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the city of Linden.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Rivas.
Good evening all, to my neighbors in the Fifth Ward and to all the city neighbors and constituents of the city of Linden. I'd like to start extending my condolences to the family of Mike Bono. I have perhaps not many years of knowing him, but for the time that I get to meet him, he showed me to be a person that was very caring and open to anyone that I ever got to him and asking him not only for help but for advice. So it's really, really hard for me in the situation that I am to recognize how we all are destined to depart this world one way or another. I wish and I hope that the family of Mike is getting the strength and the peace that they need in order to handle their loss. I personally continue to struggle with the loss that I had in my family, and I can certainly understand that we have lost somebody that was making great things for Linden. Moving along, I wanted to give a shout out to our fire department. They helped very much with very much professionalism on a fire that took place early days of September on 1020 Chandler Avenue. Had an opportunity to be there the day of the event and speak to my neighbors and to the owner of the house. Thank God it was no casualties. It was just the side door entrance of the property and some damage in the basement. But that was not only because of the circumstances, but it was due to the great job that our fire departments do out there. So I keep thanking them for the good job that they do. Also for my neighbors in Haywell Avenue and Ingalls Avenue, I personally had the opportunity to call the public service. There is a light that was reported that it was malfunctioning in the area. Had an opportunity to speak to the public service company, and they have promised to have that light fixed. Possibly by now it should have been already fixed. As the liaison to the Board of Education, I wanted to report to my city council and for the city members that we have a meeting with the superintendent of schools just yesterday in regards to the events that had occurred in the high school just recently. The superintendent has shared with us that they are going to work in a great partnership, not only with the city mayor's office, but the city council, and with every official in our city, including our police department and fire department, in order to guarantee the safety and the security of our children. I invite all of you to see on YouTube the message of our superintendent. She created and posted a message today, not only letting us know how good have we started the school year in the city of Linden, but also to reiterate to our citizens our commitments to maintain the safety of our children. In regards to some data that I would like to share from the message of a superintendent, she reported that 93% of the attendance is now recorded for our schools. We have 6,200 registered students in the city, and in regards and comparing with last year attendance, we have maintaining a better attendance in the first 10 days that compared to the last year's school year. I want to reiterate, as we celebrated not just too long ago Labor Day, as I normally do, and I'm going to adhere to the wishes of my counterpart in the third ward, and reiterate our gratitude to all city employees for their hard work. The city keeps moving forward thanks to all of you. You are the heroes behind the curtains that perhaps no one sees. We cannot do anything without all your hard work, so thank you all for your hard work in every department, in every office, that it makes the great city of Linden moving forward day in and day out. I want to extend the congratulations to the Polish community on their festivities in the city, and as well I would like to recognize that just a few days ago, September 15 and until October 15, nationally we are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. To all of Hispanic heritage roots citizens out there, would like to celebrate together our roots and our cultures and the contributions that every day we provide to our communities. I know my time is up, Madam President. Yes. I just wanted to just do one more announcement. I've been hearing that my constituents have some type of a wrong phone number for me to contact me. I wanted to make sure that they get the phone number. Is 908-718-7609. That's the phone number that they could contact me and reach me. I'm always happy to receive your phone calls, always happy to go out there and work together with any of you in Eddie to try to fix any of the problems that you may have in our ward as well as in the city. And they can always reach me by email at crivas@linden-nj.gov. That concludes my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman Rivas. Okay, Councilman Roman?
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, Linden. Good evening, the 6th Ward. Our tree crew has currently been going through the 6th Ward, trimming a bunch of trees. They are understaffed at this moment due to a couple resignations, and we are trying to fill those spots. If you know anyone who wants to be a tree trimmer, please contact us. But they have just recently gone down Union Ave. Carrie, they are going to take care of those big trees. I saw them the other day. They certainly do need a lot of work there. But also they're going to be making their way to Emma Place and 13th Street because there's just trees that are often hang low and are very short, which disturb people walking on the sidewalks. So look out for that. Last Monday, September 11th, we had a zoning board meeting. After many deliberate delays, this townhouse complex that was trying to go through 103, 105 West Munsell was approved. The overdevelopment of Linden is in full effect, and the main purpose of it is not to provide good housing. If it were, they'd be able to be purchased and not just rent it. The purpose is money, profit, and greed at this point. Backroom deals, and it's not welcome in the 6th Ward. 40 to 50 residents, every resident within a 3-block radius came out to this meeting to beg the zoning board not to force these 4 variances down their throat and build 8, what ended up 8, but 9 townhouses on a property that was only 100 feet wide, which is mostly just two normal houses in Linden. You will see now 9 rentals going there. It does not have enough parking, though it does by the state standard. These cars are going to end up on the streets. There are people that have lived there for 60 years, and the city turned their back on them that day, and it's just sad. But it was approved unanimously, and it's inappropriate if any of these members are contacting elected officials before, after, during. I don't know if it's immoral or illegal, but it's certainly not allowed. And I hope that that fight does not end, but I am certainly very proud to represent this neighborhood because we had 50 residents come out and speak their mind. They've invested their lives into these, into their houses, and they were ignored by the city. On Smith Street, we've done a lot of paving down there. There is water sitting every single day at the bottom of Rebecca. I just want to remind people that we have not forgotten about them. Our engineering department is probably one of the hardest working, not taking anything away from any other department, but they are very hardworking and they are understaffed as well. They have not forgotten about you, and the issues with Smith Street will be corrected. The next day, on September 12th, there's a planning board meeting to approve a self-storage structure on Pleasant Street, right after the RC Cola factory, right across from the Walmart parking lot, before Rebecca Street. So that is going to end up being a self-storage. I was okay with it. It's a beautiful building. The traffic that is generated from self-storage is like 7 cars in the busiest hour and like 20 cars a day on an average day. So it's not going to add to the traffic of Pleasant Street. It's going to bring tax dollars to the city, and that property will no longer be a broken down old GM parking lot. It will be redeveloped into a low-density, non-housing development that will bring you tax dollars, added tax dollars. Trash day is tomorrow on our side of 1 and 9, 2 weeks from now for the other side of 1 and 9 in District 7. Please put your trash out tonight. If there's any issues picking it up, it takes DPW, sometimes a couple hours to get to it. They will get there, and if they don't, please give me a call, 908-494-5784. The 6th Ward garage sale was postponed a few times due to rain. It's going to be October 14th as well, with the 1st Ward, 3rd Ward, and 10th Ward that I know of. And with just to finish things off, Council President, I just want to make mention, tonight we have a couple promotions on our personnel agenda that will be read next, and I just want to single someone out. Mr. Hans is here, has a legacy to uphold in this city with the public service of his family, with his father sitting next to him. I just want to say that after 6 years on this city council, I've seen a lot. I've been to a lot of scenes, medical emergency scenes with the police and our fire. I can tell you that every single time I've seen Wayne Hans on a scene assisting residents, he's always taking control of the scene, and it's always with the utmost respect and professionalism. And I wouldn't say that any of our officers or fire aren't doing that, but I just always see him going out of his way for the everyday citizen. There's one time, it was literally, I think it was after Hurricane Ida. It was like it just passed. There was 4 foot of water on 12th Street. And I got out there and I went out there in my shorts, going waist deep in water to get the flooding to stop and clear the drain. And the only other person that was already beat me to the street was Wayne Hans, already roping off the street. I always remember that. It was like midnight. He had beat me there. So appreciate you always going out of your way to serve the residents. After you're promoted tonight, the 6th Ward will be safer, and this police department will be better. And I mean that, I truly do mean that. So congratulations to you, sir, and congratulations to everyone else being promoted tonight. Council President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman Roman. Councilman Strano.
Yes, Council President, I'm going to read off the items on the personnel report. Number one, in the Treasurer's Office, approving the transfer of Michael Charles Joseph from the Tax Collector's Office to the Treasurer's Office with a title change from clerk to accounting assistant at the annual salary of $54,000, effective September 20th, 2023. B is approving the resignation in good standing for Kelly Freeze, purchasing assistant, effective September 8th of 2023. C is approving the posting for the position of a purchasing assistant in purchasing at the salary range of $46,500 to $64,500. D is approving the posting for the position of a clerk one in the tax office at the salary range of $34,548 to $61,470. E is approving the transfer of Laura Lee Wade, clerk one, from the municipal court to the purchasing at no salary increase. F is approving the continued appointment of Ashley Agbota Grubbs, student intern at the rate of $14.13 per hour, not to exceed 20 hours a week, and that's effective September 20th, 2023 through December 31st of 2023. 2, in the fire department, A is approving the promotion of firefighter James Massaro to the rank of lieutenant at the annual salary of $119,410, effective September 1st of 2023. B is approving the application process for the February 2024 Union County Fire Academy due to 2 anticipated retirements. 3, in the police department, A is approving the amended salary of police recruit Emily Artley to $47,200, effective to the date of appointment. B is approving the appointment of police officer Wayne Hans Jr. to the position of police sergeant, effective October 1st, 2023, at the annual salary of $122,626. C is approving the amended salary of Wesley Cherry, clerk 1, to $48,000 annually. 4 is the Board of Health, approving the salary adjustment pursuant to the New Jersey Department of Health Strengthening Grant. Salary structure change, the salary of Marjorie Durval to $47,000, which is effective September 20th of 2023. B is approving the salary adjustment pursuant to the New Jersey Department of Health Strengthening Grant salary structure to the salary of Antoinette Pino at $47,000, effective September 20th, 2023. C is approving the salary adjustment pursuant to the New Jersey Department of Health Strengthening Grant salary structure change for the salary of Kimberly Ulyss at $47,000, effective September 20th of 2023. D is approving the continued appointment of Kyle Edmond, who is a student intern at the rate of $14.13 per hour, not to exceed 20 hours per week, effective September 20th, 2023 through December 31st of 2023. E is approving the posting of full-time housing inspector at the salary range of $38,000 to $57,563. 5, in the Recreation Division, approving the appointment of Gene Calixte, omnibus driver, part-time at the annual rate of $21 per hour, not to exceed $29 per hour, and that's effective October 9th of 2023, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. B is amending the hours of Beulah Cadet omnibus driver, part-time at the annual rate of $21 an hour, not to exceed 29 hours per week, effective September 20th, 2023. C is approving the title change for Brantley Cadet to Recreation Leader at the annual salary of $37,048. 6 is Community Services, Department of Community Services. Approve the appointment of Chester LaPierre, truck driver, full-time, Tier 2, at the annual rate of $22 per hour, effective October 9th, 2023, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. B is to approve the rescinding of the appointment of Orlando Rivera, truck driver, full-time, effective September 4th of 2023. C is approving the appointment of Rashawn Richardson, laborer Tier 2, at the annual rate of $18 per hour, effective September 26th of 2023, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. D is approving the appointment of Kyle Voorhees, tree trimmer 1, at the annual rate of $29 per hour, effective September 26th of 2023, subject to successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. E is approving the seasonal list on file in the clerk's office. 7, in the engineering division, approving the continued appointment of Bruno de la Quadra, student intern at the rate of $15 per hour, not to exceed 20 hours a week, effective September 20th, 2023 through December 31st of 2023. 8 is in the municipal court approving the posting for a clerk 1 at the salary range of $34,548 to $61,470. B is approving the continued appointment of Kevin Vega, a student intern at the rate of $14.13 per hour, not to exceed 20 hours per week, effective September 20th, 2023 through December 31st of 2023. And 9 is in the Personnel Department approving the FMLA and JFLA leave requests that are on file with the Personnel Division. I move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to congratulate the promotion of Police Officer Wayne Hans Jr. to the rank of Sergeant and to Firefighter James Massano to the rank of Lieutenant. Congratulations. Staying in that vein, I'd like to also congratulate the retirement of Fire Lieutenant Michael Fry and Police Sergeant Tom Struzak, who I've known since he was 7 years old when I moved across the street from him back in 1987. And I wish them well in their retirements. This is a public service announcement. I have a report from a constituent who caught on his Ring camera somebody that was going through mailboxes. And I guess this is a new tactic. The individual said that he was acting as a post office trainee. Went into his mailbox. I saw this. The video was sent to me. It's pretty disturbing. Upon contacting the post office, the person who sent this to me said that no such individual is currently working in that capacity for the post office. If you see anything like that, contact our police officer, report it to the post office. The old saying, if you see something, say something. There's been a rash of stolen checks. I mean, it's happening more often than people imagine. And on that note, I'm going to conclude my report by saying, please enjoy the rest of the summer. We have one more day, and be safe. Enjoy it. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Councilman Strano. Councilman Blaine?
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to start off by first congratulating Councilwoman Caldwell on her 20th anniversary. Wish you was home. Instead, you're here, so that just speaks to your work ethic, and we appreciate you here on council. I'd also like to send my condolences out to the Bono family. We wish you well, and our prayers are with you. We'll start this evening with the Parks and Recreation. As always, it's just a pleasure to talk about a childhood friend and director of Parks and Recreation and the fantastic job that he's done. When you look around the city, we've had nothing but successful festivals in our streets, in our parks, music festivals, comedy festivals. He brings just a breath of fresh air and fresh ideals, and we love him, and I've known him since childhood. So, Linden, you're very fortunate to have this young man. I know we've often talked about some of the upgrades to the park, and the renovations are getting closer for Dorothy Ford Park. They're on the table. There is renovation for the basketball courts, the picnic area, and just to spruce up the park. I can't tell you exact date, but it's coming very soon. I also want to let all the residents know that the sidewalk pavement program, it's still on track to be done, but we're still struggling a little bit to get a contractor because of whatever reasons. But hopefully once a contractor comes on board, that project will start up again. I want to make another announcement that there is a drain pipe breakage over by Edgar and South Park, which is going to bring some congestion once they start doing the repairs. That's over by the new Wawa and the White Castle. So those of you who travel that way, going to work or coming home, taking the kids to school, just know that at some point there's going to be some emergency repairs being done in that area. And I used to travel that area every morning going to work. It gets congested just by itself. And this goes for all Linden residents. So be mindful that when they start that congestion, that you may want to avoid that area as much as possible. We talked about the West Nile virus being at its peak right now. There's some things that we can do as individuals. When you go around your house, just eliminate all water gathering places, inner tubes, bird baths, whatever you have. Tip over the children's pools so you can stop the water, because the West Nile virus is serious and it can kill you, especially those over 50 with compromised health conditions. So a lot of things you can do is wear long sleeves when you go outside, and its peak time is at dusk. So just be mindful of that. I just want to say, I hope everyone had a nice, healthy summer. And as we continue, and before I go, I want to say this. I want to congratulate the 8th Ward for being very mindful and respectful to all the neighbors, because this summer we have been just very neighborly. We haven't been over excessive with firecrackers and fireworks, and people have been maintaining their music levels throughout the summer. So I hope that continues as we go forward into the winter. And that concludes my report. Thank you very much, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Hudak.
The 10th Ward will be having their yard sale, and it's scheduled for October 14th and 15th, and it is permit-free, and information will be placed on the Sunnyside Facebook page. And also, October is coming up, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I just encourage everyone to get your mammograms. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, I wanted to, unfortunately, make mention, we had Elaine Volpe, the wife of our former Recreation Director, Al Volpe, passed away. We send her condolences to the Volpe family. Elaine Volpe, I served on the educational support team with her for the superintendent support team years ago. She was very involved in the Linden school community. She was a teacher specifically at School 9. She was involved in PTA. She was the president of School 10 PTA. So very involved in the city of Linden and very supportive of her husband, who was our former recreation director. So again, we send our condolences to the Volpe family. And I would be remiss if I did not mention Michael Bono again. It was a great loss to our city of Linden. We were right in the middle of planning our Polish festival. He was very instrumental in all the festivals, very supportive to everyone on those committees. You know, if someone thought they hit a roadblock, Mike would be the one. We'll work through this. We'll see what we could do to get this done. So, Mike, we're going to miss you terribly in the city of Linden. Okay, I'd like to thank everyone who came out to the Polish festival on Saturday. We had a great weather. We were afraid we were getting that hurricane, but thank goodness it did not hit us. So it was a great day. We had wonderful food, music, great turnout. I'd like to thank everyone that was involved in helping the planning, all our city departments. It just doesn't happen overnight that we throw these festivals up on Wood Avenue. It takes a lot of planning. Danuta Laskowska, she was wonderful in helping plan the day's events with our music and stuff. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Sandy Jackson and Mickey in our CID office. Again, always there helping with the planning of it. I just, Councilwoman Caldwell mentioned some of our city employees. We are so lucky in this city to have the caliber employees that we do have. We had our sound guy that many of you know from our concerts in the promenade, Matt Sarinsky. He was out on light duty for an injury, and he was unable to work the festival. So we had to get somebody to fill in, and it's a lot moving those different bands and performers up there. Matt showed up on his personal time just to make sure everything went well. So again, Matt, I want to thank you for that. I also want to make mention, I received a phone call from our superintendent of schools, Atia Perkins, prior to this meeting. She was going to try to plan to get here, but they're in the midst of doing all the back to school nights. but she wanted me to reiterate what Councilman Rivas had mentioned. You know, everyone's very upset about what has been occurring. You've been seeing on social media some of these videos. We all find it very unacceptable. The mayor called a meeting. I don't know if he's going to speak on this evening, but we all met yesterday prior to our caucus meeting. Councilman Rivas, who is the liaison to the Board of Ed, as well as myself and the mayor, our police department, we met to try to hash out some of this. It's going to take many more meetings to find out how we can get to the root of what is the cause of all this. You know, nothing's off the table. We can't divulge any of the issues with security. The police department had a separate meeting with the security from the high school and the superintendent's office, so they are on it. But the superintendent asked me to mention that if anybody has any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to call her office. Her name's Atia Perkins. The number is 908-486-2800. She's the superintendent of schools. Or as Councilman Rivas said, there's a YouTube video. It's posted on the Board of Education website, which is www.lindenps.org. Okay? Mayor, I will turn it over to you now.
Yes, thank you, Council President. As Council President mentioned, yes, we did have a problem at the high school, and yesterday we met with the police department for a tremendous amount of time to try to get a handle on what's causing the problem. And unfortunately, there's no one-size-fits-all solution to problems like this. We just have to dig in, work with the Board of Education, work with our police department, and try to come up with solutions and try to figure out ways that we can prevent this from happening in the future. So everyone knows that we are working on it. We're not just sitting back idly and sitting on our hands and saying we're not going to address it. We are addressing it as best we can. As you know, that dealing with children and dealing with various personalities who decide to react and behave in a certain way is not an easy job. So, but we are working. I'd like to start out by congratulating James Mazzaro from our fire department as being promoted to lieutenant, and I'd also like to congratulate Wayne Hands Jr. As he's being promoted to sergeant. The Hands have been here for quite a while, and it's a privilege and honor to see him grow in our department. Just like his father was a guy who, let me tell you something, give you the shirt off his back. I can speak personally to the fact that he coached my two sons when they were in T-ball, and we appreciate that, because one of the things that we lack now in our city is people volunteering their time for our youth, and that could be part of the problem. That we need more people to volunteer their time in services at our PAL baseball, football, and basketball, and soccer, whatever type of programs that we have. You know, it's nice to see some of our city employees, our fathers and mothers down there helping out. That is the real solution. The problems that we're dealing with our young people start at a very early age, and the answer and the solution is trying to cultivate them early on. Now, there's another problem, is that we have people who are coming to our town who just aren't familiar with our way of life here in Linden. We have to try to educate them that here in Linden, we try to live peacefully amongst ourselves, and we all know that there's a tremendous amount of opportunity here in our town. So it's not going to be an easy thing to do overnight and fix the minds of people. But I will say this: the Hands family has they've done their part. So congratulations, sir. Look forward to working with you, and they tell me you're the consummate professional when you do your job, and I'm very proud of the fact that you are being promoted, and I see great things in your future. You just stay on that same path that you're on, and there are good things that could happen, okay? And mayors like me remember guys like you who volunteer their time, okay? It means a lot, okay? So next I'd like to, report on the fact that after years of anticipation, we finally have our first Wawa open on the corner of 1 and 9 and Park Avenue. So on Thursday, August 24th, we had our ribbon cutting, and we're looking forward to having another ribbon-cutting ceremony as we open up our second Wawa in December at our Legacy Square shopping center, which is the former General Motors. So we'll not only will we have one Wawa, we'll have two Wawas in town. And speaking of Legacy Square, after months of anticipation, we plan to have our LA Fitness open at that location within a month. Unfortunately, due to supply chain problems, we were unable to obtain the necessary HVAC systems that we needed. But we're almost there, and we're looking forward to that ribbon cutting and grand opening. And like I mentioned, LA Fitness is a very, very, very upscale fitness center. So they're having open houses now for signups as I speak. So anybody interested in joining, just head on down to Legacy Square, and there's a trailer down there, and you can sign up. That basically concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor Armstead. At this time, I'd just like to go back to our personnel report for a second and ask firefighter James Massaro to please stand, as well as police officer Sergeant Wayne Hands Jr. to please stand just to be congratulated. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, we'll now move on to resolutions. We have resolutions 2023-309 through 2023-353. Okay.
Council President, I move for approval of resolutions number 309 to 353 and ask for a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay. All right, we'll now move on to ordinances on first reading, beginning with ordinance. Yep. Ordinance 6759, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 2, Administration of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999. Passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 2, Administration, Article 7, Policies and Procedures, Section 2-69.4.1, Fee for use of Linden Police Pistol Range shall be in the same as amended as follows. Delete Section 2-69.4.1 in its entirety and add new Section 2-69.4.1.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduce ordinance 6759, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 6759 and request a second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6760, please.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Establishing a Schedule of Titles, Salary Ranges, and Regulations for Maintaining this Classification and Salary Standardization Plan of all employees of the City of Linden, passed August 15th, 1995, and approved August 16th, 1995. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden that we will add Schedule 4RR4.
Okay, can we have a motion to introduce ordinance 6760, please?
I move 6760 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6761, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Linden, County of Union, New Jersey, adopting an amendment to the redevelopment plan entitled Redevelopment Plan, Block 587, lots 3.01, 3.02, and 3.03, pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 40A:12A-1 at sequence.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6761, please?
Council President, I move to introduce ordinance 6761 and request second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed.
Yes.
Rivas. Strano.
Yes.
Blaine.
Yes.
Hudak. Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Ordinance 6762, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-12, Parking Time Limited shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-12, Parking Time Limited, 15-minute parking at Northwood Avenue, East Side.
Okay, can I have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6762, please?
I make a motion to introduce ordinance 6762 and ask for a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6763, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of City of Linden that Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-33 Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A Handicap Parking on Street, add 1514 Winans Avenue, 1 space, 306 Kennedy Drive, 1 space.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6763, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 6763 and request a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6764.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden that Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-34, Don't Block the Box, shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7 Traffic, 7-34, Don't Block the Box, 7-34.B, Don't Block the Box Critical Intersections, add Park Avenue and the Wawa Driveway, 1951 East Edgar Road.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6764, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 6764 and request a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Strano? Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6765, please.
An ordinance authorizing the sale of Block 95, Lot 2, known as 1011 Dill Avenue, on the current tax atlas of the City of Linden in the County of Union, and not needed for public use, and setting the minimum price at $200,000.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6765, please?
I make a motion to introduce ordinance 6765 and ask for a second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Strano? Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6766, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 3 entitled Police Regulations and Chapter 7 entitled Traffic. This ordinance moves select Chapter 3 violations to Chapter 7. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 3 entitled Police Regulations shall be and the same is amended to delete the following: 3-20, 3-30, 3-43A, 3-44, and 3-45. Section 2, that Chapter 7 Traffic entitled Traffic shall be, and the same is amended to add the following: 7-9 miscellaneous restrictions for vehicles and buses, 7-9.1 repairs and washing of motor vehicles in public streets, 7-9.2 obstructions of streets and sidewalks, and 7-9.3 placement of vehicles or personal property adjacent to fencing surrounding Linden Airport.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6766, please?
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Strano? Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6767, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 11 entitled Rent Control. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 11 entitled Rent Control shall be and the same is amended to add and/or replace the following select provisions.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6767, please?
I move for introduction of ordinance 6767. Request a second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Strano? Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6768, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 2-8 entitled City Administrator by the City Council of the City of Linden. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Linden as follows. Section 1, Chapter 2, Article 8.5 entitled Overall Administrative Duties shall be amended to read as follows.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6768, please?
I move for introduction, request a second.
Second?
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to comments from members of the public in attendance on city business only. No personal, political, or derogatory comments, not to exceed 3 minutes. We'll begin with Mr. Craig Halloran. Please come up, state your name and address for the record.
Yes, Craig Halloran, 120 Donaldson Place. First, I'd like to pass on my condolences to the family of Michael Bono. Congratulations to Councilwoman Caldwell on our anniversary. I spoke to the council president before about an issue which I'm going to talk about now. I think that with all the supply chain issues and everything, because every time I come here, I always ask the fire chief, hey, how we doing on getting our equipment? It seems like it gets longer and longer every time we talk about it. You know, it starts out at 2 years, now it's up to 40 months. So I do urge this governing body, the mayor, all departments, look at the long-range effects of what is going on and think about, well, do we have to make other plans in case we don't get our new ambulance that's on order that keeps getting pushed back, or our fire truck that Nick Scutari graciously brought money from the state to pay for out of our tax dollars. The issue is we need to make plans, not just for tomorrow, not for next week, the end of this year, but for the future. So therefore, I think, and I urge this governing body to use all the resources, the council, the county offices, the state offices, our federal office elected officials. Something has to get done, because I know I don't want to be the one that's waiting for an ambulance that we couldn't get because of supply chain issues. Now, I don't know what that means as far as any other things, but anytime anybody wants to sit and talk with me about this, I'm sure somebody here has my number. I'm free to talk about it at any time. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Mr. Halloran. Okay, John Kazar?
John Kaiser, 23 West Muscle Avenue. Congratulations on your anniversary. The kids are getting a bad rap in town right now. I want to say, I met your son on Wood Avenue recently. Trevor, is that, what a nice man. What a nice young man. Yes, you're doing a great job. Rest in peace, Mr. Bono. You know, he's a man I was critical of at times up here, but we had a mutual respect for each other, and I used to go and talk to him. I really liked him. Speaking of respect, Mr. Javik, I respect you as well, but I don't agree with you on the zoning board and the planning board. That meeting last week, the corruption was on full display in front of us. They didn't even hide it. Why do we have zoning laws, zoning ordinances if they're just going to skirt these laws so that a developer can get rich? It's disgusting. I knew it was going to be 8 units. Okay? You know how I knew it was going to be 8 units? Because I'm friends with the builder's brother. He called me up to be a buffer between him and his brother, and he said, John, you know, what if I could get it down to 8? And I said, I'm never going to agree with anything you said. And they did do 8. Everyone, I can't believe on film, they were moving in and out, going outside, huddling, and then they come and do that to us. Of course, the next day, he goes in front of the planning board for 6 variances for a one family down the block, 3 blocks away, and that's what we were asking him to do. Two 2 families and a 1 family. So he could do a 1 family down the block, but he can't do that on my block. Now they're jamming this down our throats. Council President, your son, he's on that board. I cannot believe what he said on film. It was appalling. He said that the builder has money invested in this, and what are we going to do, keep kicking the can down the road because of what the public thinks? I couldn't believe he said that on film. And did a member approve a multi-million-dollar deal from her dorm room on Zoom? I think you need to be present for something like that. It's so easy to just say yes when you're not present in the room. We talked about the safety sticks yesterday. The 7th Ward councilman said he doesn't like them. Well, you voted yes on them, okay? So you see how you guys just did the resolutions? You read the numbers and you just all said yes. I'm not sure everyone knows exactly what you're voting on week to week, month to month. We also spoke yesterday about the towing in Dairy Queen. They were out there again today. Again, it's predatory towing. They had somebody hooked up, and it's $200 to get down. They towed like 50 people on Saturday. That's $10,000. Real quick, the tax bills came out, so just to talk about the budget and stuff, we had an article come out in May, I think it was, talking about the mayor being a financial wizard. I call it smoke and mirrors. The bubble's going to burst. Ms. Zach can't do much more. She can't squeeze anything out of this anymore, all right? What happened was, the mayor controls the Board of Ed now. He controls everything in the town. So he made the BA come in at a negative $1 million to balance the $1 million positive in the municipal budget. Okay, what are we going to do next year when it's $2 to $3 million in the positive? Are we going to keep taking money from the children? The state gave us $40 million. If I'm off on some of these numbers, I'm sorry. I try to keep track of everything in the city. The state gave us $40 million. That's up from like $35 million. So again, the taxes are going to go up next year, and I don't know if we could keep borrowing from
Kazar, thank you. Your time is up. Okay, Dennis Mays.
Dennis Mays, 922 East Blanky Street. Council President, I have to follow John on this one. I didn't know that was your son. I was witnessing that zoning board meeting online, and my jaw hit the ground when he said, what are we supposed to do, keep kicking the can? The zoning board is supposed to be answering to the citizens of the community. We had some 50 people, as I'm told, came out, jam-packed in that room. Their voice meant nothing. Their voice meant nothing. Zoning board. Not impressed. But that's not even why I'm here. Congratulations on your anniversary. I don't know the individual that everybody keeps speaking about, not by name anyhow, that passed away. My condolences to the family. And then I'm thinking you guys must have all been picking my brain because I came up here about the incident with the school. I've been a resident of Linden for 57 years. 57 years, and I've never seen anything like that. I could barely look at the whole video. I looked at it just so that I can get all the facts. I'm pleased to hear that you spoke with Superintendent. You spoke about the Superintendent as well and what's being done. Mr. Mayor, you spoke about what's being addressed in reference to it, but we need to start being more proactive instead of reactive. We should have been prepared for this. We had issues with the school system and the kids last year. This is nothing new. We should have been better prepared for this. Police Chief, I know you guys are working hard. I know you guys are working hard. I see your guys out there every day. But we should have been better prepared for this. Not when I was in school, but I remember back in 2000s, we used to see monitors around the Speedway. I don't know if that still exists now, but we used to see the school monitors. I don't know what y'all call them now, but they used to be around and about the Speedway when school would start and when school would be let out with walkie-talkies. I don't see that now. I don't see that now. But this is not a time to be blaming anybody. This is definitely a time to figure it out because the problem lies with a lot of things that we don't have control over. But we got the internet, we got TikTok, we got video games. There's a whole lot of contributing factors. But I've been a drum major for our youth in this community for 30 years, hands down. If there's anything that I can do, I'll be more than willing to assist. Sit down and talk to the youth. Let's figure out what's making them tick. We got to stop being adults, standing up over them, talking about, whoa, you got to do this, you got to do that. Don't forget, we was all teenagers. We were all teenagers. consequences today are more severe than they are, than they were when we came up, but we were all teenagers. So let's get down on their level and find out what it is that we're not providing for them so that they can provide, move forward in life.
Okay. Your
Okay?
time is up. Thank you.
I thank you. Oh, and by the way, I know it's not supposed to be said, but I am running for 4th Ward Council. Thank you.
Carrie Abbott? Please state
Not
your
have my
name and
cough
address,
drop,
Carrie.
sorry. Kerry Abbott, 100 Union Avenue, 6th Ward. First and foremost, I want to thank the mayor and everyone that had a hand in helping with Wawa. I've been in there several times, enjoyed all the employees. Excellent job. Thank you. I want to thank our fire department. Thank you, Mr. Haskell. Our Linden Police Department, especially Miss Gabby Massaris, for always being there to help me. I was very sick at one time, and I would sit on my porch, and I couldn't get my medicine. And when she was sent, she helped me get up to get my medicine so that I could go to my bed. She's a wonderful, wonderful child with a wonderful family, and I'm indebted to her. And all of the officers that helped me get off my porch. Phil Palmer, I don't know some of the gentlemen's names. I want to thank EMTs for helping me. I was sick, and they came and took me to the hospital several times in a row. I want to thank each and every one of those gentlemen and a wonderful woman. I don't know her name. I just want to thank you for all that you've done and all that you continue to do. Thank you so very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Okay, I believe it's Andy Shabada? Yes, I'm sorry. Just please state your name and address for the record, sir.
How you doing? Good evening, the President, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here. I have a phone store on Wood Avenue. Sadly, the store got broken into 2 weeks ago, and a week later, my neighbor, and it's been robberies in both stores, burglaries. So we are asking the committee if it is allowed to have gates on Wood Avenue, right across the street from the post office. On Saturday, not last week, the week before, Saturday morning, 5:30 in the morning, my store got robbed, broken into the glass, and a week later, my neighbor on Friday, 5:30 in the morning, same person, we saw him in video cameras, same person, same time, same clothes, but he was covered himself with a mask and gloves like that. So as I'm a part of Linden. I used to live in Linden for 16 years. I love this town. I came back here. I opened business. My kids, they went to schools. My oldest son, he graduated from high school in Linden, thank God, and he got a tuition from Linden, and now he's a lawyer too. God bless the city, and God bless the committee. I'm looking forward. I applied for a permit for to have a see-through gate, and the zoning inspector. I mean, he was on vacation last week. The other inspector told me is not allowed in the city of Linden. I noticed some stores they do have, but they are grandfathers, old issues. But now, honestly, we need protection. We need some kind of protection on Wood Avenue. It might happen again. Now it's annoying. At night after we're closing, we have to put the phones from the showcases back into the safe, and from the safe in the morning, bring like a jewelry stores. And we are next door to the police station, and people got like near walking into the store like this and breaking into it. I wish you could do something, hopefully. Thank you so much for listening. Congratulations, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
After the meeting, if you, we'll give you the number for our construction code department, and maybe we can assist you in some way with some recommendations. Okay, thank you. Okay, can we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting, please?
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, comments from members of the governing body? Anyone wishes to speak? Councilman Blaine?
Yes, I just want to echo something that the mayor mentioned about volunteerism and helping out with our youth and some of the programs we have around the city. I come from Part Warner program. I spent 11 years volunteering my time with the Pop Warner program. We were very successful, and that group of young men, we started out, they were 5 years old. That's the same class of men that went on to win the state championship for Linden High School. So you can see the development in these young men, and as I see them today, I'm very proud to have taught them along the way. So it's very important that you come out and volunteer and help our youth. I also want to say that I didn't say before, but on September 30th, we have September to Remember. Come out and support, and we always have a fantastic time. October 22nd, we have our Halloween parade, so make sure you bring the kids out. And let's come out and show these youth and give them something to inspire to and be mentors to them. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Anyone else? Councilman Javik?
Yes, Council President. Nobody mentioned about the Kiwanis Club. We'll again be hosting the Taste of Linden on Wednesday, October 11th, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Grand, located at 12 Stiles Street. The funds they raise from this will go for scholarships to Linden graduating seniors. This is a terrific event that provides good food, beverages, and networking for those in attendance. Tickets are still only $20 ahead of the event and $25 at the door. Checks can be made out and sent to the Kiwanis Club of Linden, care of June Lazaro, chairperson, 145 Jeffrey Road, Colonia, New Jersey, 07067. The participating restaurants are going to be Amici's Restaurant, Applebee's, Chevy's Fresh Mix, Craven Barbecue, Gold Leaf Pastry Shop, Jersey Mike's Subs, Hook and Reel Cajun Seafood, Little Havana, Mason Tropican, Metro Liquors, Pino's Bakery, Primavera's Cafe, Restaurant and Pizzeria, Starbucks, Su Taco Rico, T&L Leon Catering, and You're So Souped. So hope to see you there.
Thank you, Councilman Javik. Anyone else? Yes.
Just very quickly, I just want to acknowledge our citizens and thank them for coming in and speak on the mic. It is always good to hear the feelings of our citizens out there. So I'd like to personally say thank you. Thank you for coming in and having the opportunity. I'm really sorry about what happened to your store. I can possibly understand how hard you work and how much it means to have something be lost in a matter of seconds for people that come in and do this crime. So I only wanted to say now thank you back to all of you. Without you, we're no one in the city, so thank you for everything that you do. Have a wonderful rest of the summer.
Thank you. Okay, please see me after the meeting. I have the information for you, as well as my number. See if I can assist you with that. Okay, the next meeting of the City Council will be the Council Conference meeting on Monday, October 16th at 6 p.m. in the Council Conference Room, City Hall. The Council Conference meeting prior to the Council meeting, Tuesday, October 17th at 6 p.m. in the Council Conference Room. Council meeting Tuesday, October 17th at 7 p.m. in the Council Chambers. These meetings will be held in person. Can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Javik?
Yes?
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Have a good evening, everyone.